miscommunication with my daughter, and I'm feeling like these emotional surges. I am working on a lot of shedding and rebirthing and more stepping into another part of myself and embracing a lot of the fire energy. It's coming out sometimes in the worst way and causing conflicts in communication as we are both working on our healing. And the truth is, it happens. This is part of life. It really is. And what a great, fantastic way to use this time to work on myself, to just get back to the center of me and realizing this is what I teach, and using these opportunities to heal more. And that's why I'm recording this process of me also using doodles and creative healing from my own difficult times. That's where it started. And so let's be more transparent about it, right? And sometimes we don't always know what we want. Sometimes we meant well and things just came out the wrong way. Sometimes we feel like we mess things up, like a failure, especially as parents. It is quite a rough sea dealing with a teenager. And I think that's where I find a lot of comfort in the creative process, is that it's okay if I made a wrong line. If this line is completely messed up, there's no consequence in it. As compared to parenting, when a wrong sentence come out, and if you are a conscious person, there are so much guilt you have to get over it afterwards. You have to be like, oh fudge, have I just created another trauma for my kids to talk to their therapist about? Am I as bad as my parents? But when you made a mistake, or that's not saying mistake, but a cricket line in doodles, it's okay. And it's so healing in this process to feel, hey, I have another chance. Maybe it can still be something beautiful. As soon as I let go of the expectation of trying to be perfect all the time, trying not to make a mistake all the time, and allow myself the space to just be, that's it, just be. And if you don't have a digital device like I am using here, you can just using papers with different markers, pencils, anything. I'm changing the different kind of pen here to add different texture. But it's not necessary for this one because I'm just allowing the emotion from the conflict that I just went through to come out and breathe through. Because sometimes just breathing out is not enough for me. Traditional process sometimes takes too much time and effort, and at this working hour, which is why we had a conflict, is she brought up something very important to me, when I was working on my business, so I went into the conversation in a really bad and fiery energy for talking about her emotions and stuff she finds challenging. You know, it's a wrong energy to get into something important to me, and now I feel like a horrible mom, and but I need to get back to work. So that's just be mindful of the time, and since I can see a timer here, just allow myself 10 more minutes to process to this emotion and breathe through it and allow it to come out of me and comfort me to know that it's okay to make mistakes. I'm learning, she's learning, we're all here to learn. And this conflict is helping us to recognize what we have to work on more. The chaos in our lives are here to teach us what we can change and transform in ourselves to become the most beautiful thing later. And sometimes we just don't see it among this mess right now. Sometimes it's difficult. There are a lot of things happening, a lot of stress, a lot of overwhelming emotion. And as healing goes, if you're on the healing journey, then you know that as soon as you open that Pandora's box, so much pent up emotions in my case that I've shoved down since I wasn't allowed to express my emotion as a child. Now as my healing goes, it's coming up, sometimes in the worst ways, sometimes, but that is the process I have to go through so I can find another level, the next level of peace that I'm stepping into, another piece of another step of my power I'm taking back is right now at this part where I need to voice my emotion, honor the anger, the upset in me, and so does she. And then we're adding all the hormones that's happening in our feminine body. It's challenging, and so I love this sacred place, the sanctuary. The creative process is giving us a plain, simple piece of white paper, a pen, combined with breathing, and then noticing your body, how tense it is, and allow that emotion to come out with breathing and with all these lines. Allow that chaotic emotion to come out onto the paper and let it release out of your body into this paper. It does not have to be beautiful, but sometimes we can find beauty in the chaos. See, I'm just talking, and half the times I'm not sure what I'm doing. I'm letting the emotion out. I'm giving myself the permission to put it out of me, because this pain and struggle and frustration and stress need not stay in my body. So I'm giving it a space on this piece, this space to be freely expressed instead of another hurtful words that we have to pay for therapy later. I'm letting it out. I wish I did that 10 minutes ago, but sometimes it happens. And this is the journey. We're just learning. We're all learning. We're all growing. We're all learning and growing every single day. And this is releasing that emotion and stress and letting it out, because it does not need to be inside of me. Especially on a beautiful Friday. Giving myself this permission to be transparent, to face this part of me. It's not always beautiful, but I'm learning, giving myself the chance by putting it down on the paper to see and embody and embrace the beauty in this chaos. I'm doing circles, I'm doing lines, I'm writing words maybe. And you know, I think it is still look beautiful at the end. Right? Because that's what we're here to do. We're here to experience the full capacity of all emotion, of love, of hate, of anger, of sadness, of everything. The healing is to help us to get back to our childlike essence again, like a baby. They honor fully their emotions, happiness. You know when a baby's happy, you know when a baby is mad. And it feels great to allow those emotions to come out. As adults, we were taught since we were kids to shove it, to hide it, to bottle it, to compress it, suppress it. And then what happened is it's like volcanoes building pressure, and it came out at the worst time possible. For me, it was when I was in my fire working energy, and it came out when she's trying to communicate emotion at a time that was not good for either of us, because it's school hours for her, you know, remote learning, and me working my business. And this is the life right now. We're still living through this pandemic, and even before, but me just giving myself this space to let it out, breathe it out, doodle it out, allowing all the stress. And I can feel in my body now compared to when I started the video. It was very tense, the lines were really harsh, and now I can feel more relaxation and a flow of energy in my body just by doing this. And now I will be able to communicate in a more peaceful place. So the next time I need to talk, I'll be at a better place. I can apologize sincerely. We're all here to learn, to feel, and to love. And it is totally okay to feel how we're feeling. And it's okay to honor our emotion. So this is my mindfulness art that I'm sharing. This is how I creatively heal myself. This is the way I like to do things and release emotions. It's a way I document my journey. It's a way that it's always different. And I never know what kind of art is going to come out. And it's interesting. And it's healing. And it's magical. And this is what I'm sharing. And that's it for today. Thank you for joining me, and I wish you lots of blessings and healings. I wish you find the inner peace. And now I can get back to work and creating something magical. Thank you. Bye.